India doesn't need vaccine supply lectures, has exported for humanity. France, Macron. Amid the COVID-19 vaccine shortage and criticism aimed at Modi government, Macron asserted that India does not need to be lectured from anyone. Affirming his faith in India's ability to counter the second deadly COVID 19 wave, France President Emmanuel Macron expressed solidarity with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the India EU virtual summit in presence of 26 other EU leaders on Saturday evening. Amidst the noise of COVID-19 vaccine shortage and criticism aimed at Narendra Modi government, Macron asserted that India does not need to be lectured from anyone on vaccine supplies. At the virtual summit attended by Germany's Angela Merkel and European Union President Ursula von der Leyen, among others, the French president highlighted India's vaccine exports to several countries in the time of pandemic. India doesn't need to listen to lectures from anyone about vaccine supplies. India has exported a lot for humanity to many countries. We know what situation India is in, the French president said. Proving to be world's pharmacy, India under its Vaccine Maitri initiative to help the globe battle COVID-19 pandemic initially exported COVID-19 vaccines to as many as 95 countries as per MEA data. Nearly 6,63,900 lakhs of COVID-19 jabs have been exported to countries across the globe including Iran, Uganda, Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Brazil, among others. Since India began manufacturing the vaccine, this was paused by India's domestic requirements overwhelmed any possibility of exports. PM Modi calls for TRIPS waiver. At the European Union Council meeting on Saturday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged European leaders to support TRIPS waiver at WTO for COVID-related treatments and vaccines. The TRIPS agreement provided the basic minimum standards on how 7 different forms of intellectual property, copyrights, trades, geographical indicators, industrial designs, patterns, layout designs for integrated circuits, undisclosed information, trade secrets are governed. For context, the WTO has the ability to invoke a waiver of certain intellectual property rights, thereby ensuring greater accessibility to key drugs and vaccines across the globe. PM Modi's call comes days after the United States declared its support for the waiver of intellectual property protections on COVID-19 vaccines. European leaders, including the Spanish Prime Minister and Portuguese Head of State, individually expressed their gratitude to PM Modi as India extended support when the second wave of coronavirus wreaked havoc across Europe last year. They also expressed solidarity with the people of India and committed to provide support in aiding India's battle against the second wave. EU-India joint statement. We deeply condole the loss of lives and express the deepest sympathy with the families of the victims of this pandemic in India. We welcome the European Union's and its member states' contribution to vaccines production and the substantial support to the COVAX facility as well as India's effort to produce and distribute COVID-19 vaccines to over 90 countries through its Vaccine Maitri. India appreciated the EU and its member states' quick support and assistance coordinated through the EU Civil Protection Mechanism, thus keeping the spirit of solidarity and cooperation that has been the hallmark of India-European relations. Thank you.